Violet here, second generation homeschooling mom of 3. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an infant. Today I wanted to share with you homeschooling reflection and curriculum kind of wrap up and review for my son who's in preschool. So let's get into it. My son's homeschooling year went well. It's his first year of doing curriculum, and I think that went really well considering he's still really pretty little, but he's very academically motivated, so he asked to do more than I had planned for him. And then his extracurriculars went well too. I was really not sure that he was going to do well with our co-op that we joined this year. He doesn't like groups of people or change at all, but by the end of the year he was a lot more comfortable at co-op, and so I had signed him up for a reduced class load, and next year he said he wants to take a class every slot during the day, so he'll take four classes at co-op. So his favorite class at co-op this year was Lego creations, so that was cool. And then for extracurriculars, he does swim. I require my kids to do swim lessons just for safety, and it's good exercise too. And then he also chose to do dance like his sister, but he did not like it. So I had him do it for a month just because it does take him a while to adjust to new classes and new places. And after a month, he was still not excited about it or interested in it. So I let him drop it. And then he decided not to take on any other extracurricular activities. He also goes to OT and speech therapy. So he kind of has a lot on his plate right now. So I'd never intended to start teaching either of my kids for preschool. I'd intended to start with kindergarten, but both of them were asking and clearly ready for schoolwork before then. So for my son this year, we did Singapore's early bird kindergarten math, and he flew through this. Every time we got to a new concept, he would say, "Oh, Mom, I already learned about this from Number Blocks," which is a BBC math show that I highly recommend. So the Singapore method seems to work really well for him. He did well with this. It was really easy for him because of Number Blocks, though. So we flew through it. He'll be ready to start first grade math in the fall when he's going into doing his kindergarten year. For phonics, I really like this phonics program. Phonics Pathways is the main book, and then Reading Pathways is like fluency pyramids. My son loves the fluency pyramids, so we're going to keep doing these. We stopped doing this a few weeks ago just because my son was getting frustrated that he's learned a lot of different spelling or like vowel patterns and stuff, and he still can't read as much as he feels like he should. So we just have taken a little break, and he's been reading through all the readers that we have. He read me all of the Bob books that we have. I think we have the first 6 sets or something, so it's a lot. And then we have like Spider-Man readers. He's read me all of those, and now he's starting to circle back around and repeat all of his favorite ones. So I think it's good to take breaks sometimes if your kid's getting overwhelmed, to kind of cement all those skills and practice like increasing fluency and stamina. I'm not sure that we're going to continue on with this next year. I'm hoping to start reading reflex with my son hopefully this week. And so if that goes well, we may switch over to that. I did a phonics video where I kind of flipped through both of them, so I'll link that below. So those are the only things that I ask my son to do regularly, math and phonics, just because he's reached a level in both of them where if he stops doing them, I don't want him to start losing any of the skills that he worked so hard to gain. The rest of the things that I'm going to show you are things that I basically only did if he asked or I'd offer, and if he said no, he wasn't interested, then we wouldn't do them. So this is the art program from Artistic Pursuits for preschool, and this is part of their older line. They don't have a new preschool edition with like the DVDs and stuff, but you really don't need it. I think most people probably don't need this. I bought it because I had a new baby, and I knew that I wasn't going to get to art with my son unless I had something all laid out for me like this. So we did a lot of this, and my son did enjoy it. We got stuck. There's like a couple of projects that are messy, and my son does not like to get his hands dirty or sticky in any way, but he also didn't want to skip them because he likes to complete things entirely. So we took a little pause from this, and we have a few lessons left to finish. We'll just do them in kindergarten. That'll be fine. But this went well for us as well. And then my son asked to do spelling, so I pulled out all about spelling level 1, and he flew through this. He did the entire thing in just a few weeks, so he was clearly ready for that. I didn't have him write anything though. He used the tiles that come with this program, and he spelled all the words on the fridge, but he had no problem with this. I didn't move on to the next one yet, just because I'd like his handwriting skills to improve before we, get too far into spelling. He actually goes to occupational therapy, and one of the things that they work on is that fine motor stuff. So he definitely needs to do a bit more work there before we can really do a lot of handwriting heavy things. So I got him this for fine motor skills. He uses dry erase markers and does these mazes, and he really likes this, and it's helping him kind of work on that muscle strength and fine motor and tripod grasp a bit more. And then the other thing that my son asked to do this year was he wanted to do science. I didn't want to start building foundations of scientific understanding with him yet because I like doing it over 2 years, first grade and second grade. So I actually bought a program called Exploring Nature with Children. It's not entirely secular, but she lists on her website like which lessons aren't secular, and then a few of the supplementary poems mention like not totally secular stuff, but I was fine with it. And so it just gives you a theme for each week and something to look for on a nature walk, and like art and poetry and stuff, and like activities and stuff that coordinate with it. And that was really good for my son to feel like he was doing science, and my daughter did it too. We kind of did it all as a family. So we talk about whatever the nature theme for the week was, and we'd look at the art and read the poetry, and then my kids would go look for it in the backyard. Basically, I didn't do a dedicated nature walk just because with my new baby it was just way too much to try to attempt that. So they would go look for it in the backyard, and then my son would come inside and draw a picture of whatever he saw as like his little self-imposed report at the end, because my daughter does notebooking pages for his science, so he felt like he wanted to do them for his science too. So that was really cute. And then the last thing that my son asked to do was, my daughter goes to Chinese school, so he is interested in doing that in the future, but this year what he wanted to do was learn Spanish. So we tried song school Spanish with my daughter. That didn't go well. I got flip-flop Spanish, and my daughter did it for a little bit, and my son started doing it too. And so we did the first 20 lessons, or first 20 weeks, sorry. Each week is like 3 or 4 lessons. I think it's 3 lessons. So we did the first 20 weeks this year, and it was all based on my son asking me, Mom, can we do Spanish this week? These are the flashcards that come with the program. And yeah, so my daughter tagged along for a lot of it and learned a lot of Spanish too, but this was mostly my son asking for this. So he really liked doing that as well. And that's all that we did for him this year. It was a lot more than I'd planned, but that's good. It always makes me happy when my kids are asking to do more and I can easily give them more to do, and everybody's happy all around. So I hope you found that helpful. I will post links to everything in the description box below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on a link and make a purchase, I do receive a small commission. Thank you for watching.